Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So first, before we start this video, I have to thank you for the insane amount of likes, comments, and views on my previous video about the comparison between the fully crafted Cataclysmic and the fully crafted Doomed Petitioner. And here I will do something basically the same. I will be comparing the freshly new introduced Strength, Slug Shoddy, Supercluster. I have crafted 3 with enhanced perks: Enhanced Recon Surrounded, Enhanced Recon Vorpal, Enhanced Recon Cascade Point. I will be comparing these 3 bad babies with the all-times GOAT Heritage with enhanced reconstruction recombination. It is extremely powerful, as you guys know. Also here I have on me Heritage with the reconstruction focus fury, so you guys will see that this is really good for long damage phases and this is very good for short damage phases, and to delete yellow bars instantly with the recombination. The third heritage I have right here is my PvP one with offhand strike and hipfire grip. This is absolutely funny because once you have offhand strike, when you delete someone with a hipfire from so far, you know they do the Pikachu face. That's why it's funny, because it surprised them. I went with small bore and range masterwork for both Vorpal and Surrounded. Stability masterwork to make Cascade Point less bad and bouncy everywhere. So range for Surrounded Vorpal, stability masterwork for Cascade Point. Here for Heritage on D2 Foundry, I will be using the specific role of Rooted, Accurize, range masterwork, and then we have Recon and recombination to delete yellow bars. Focus Fury here is very good. Enhanced, I don't have materials to make one enhanced for this video, but the base Focus Fury duration is way more than enough to last for all the magazine with reconstruction active. Therefore, it is good enough for damage testing a full mag. That's exactly what I did. Don't forget about the origin trait from Heritage, which is extremely powerful. Supercluster is a new slug shoddy introduced this season. A lot of people don't know if it's worth it or not. This is the first reason why I'm making this video. Second reason why I'm making this video is to remind you that Heritage is very good and goated. It's also farmable this week because Deepstone Crypt is the farmable raid for this week. I will also be recommending a third slug shotgun here in the kinetic slot that you guys maybe don't know about. That's way better on paper than both Heritage and Supercluster. Sadly, I don't have it and I will be farming for that at the end of the season, and I'll also be telling you about it at the end of this video. First, we have the role number 1 with small bore assault mag, enhanced reconstruction, enhanced cascade point, stability masterwork to control cascade point, and boss spec. The question here is cascade point worth it? So Dragon Breath collide kills will proc cascade point easy and cheesy with no effort whatsoever. I have done all my testing on the Scorn boss here from the first encounter, so all the damage numbers are from this very generous guy. So Supercluster at base does 43.6 thousand damage. For my Well of Radiance, it does 57.2, 65.8 thousand damage well, and a debuff 72.4 well debuff plus 1 surf. The time required to shoot all the magazine with assault mag and holding down mouse 1. Cascade points 6 shots is 2.5 seconds. Cascade points to shoot all 12 shots, it is 7.5 seconds, because cascade point will not last for the full magazine. It will help you shoot half of it faster, but you will have to shoot the second half the natural speed. So to shoot all the magazine, the natural speed, it is 9.16 seconds. DPS of cascade points only 6 shots. Maybe if you have slice, it is 57.2 damage, 57.2 thousand damage, which is the damage you will do from a Well of Radiance. The reason why I have used the damage from Well of Radiance is because most likely than not, you will not have a debuff, because debuffs from Revitalizing Blast does not last for that long, so you are most likely not going to have a debuff. And the reason why I have used a damage without a surge bonus is because people tend to use surge mods for their heavy, not for their special. And the reason why I have used the damage from Well, even if not everyone is a Well Warlock, because this season you can get Radiant on all classes, all subclasses. So I would say the damage number from Well is very fair and very representative of your average everyday cheesy Guardian. DPS of 6 shots with cascade points is the damage from Well, 57.2 thousand times 6 shots divided by time required to shoot that, which is 2.5 with cascade point. DPS is at 135,000.7. This DPS is very high. It goes even higher if you have torch equipped on your artifact and if you proc slice 2, or if someone is severing the boss with the strand melee or something like. So cascade point for 12 shots, it is 57.2 damage times 12 shots divided by the time required to shoot all that, 7.5 seconds. That will give you a total of 90.88 thousand damage DPS. The DPS of a base Supercluster right here, no buffs whatsoever, it is 12 shots of 57.2, shot in 9.16 seconds, which is the natural rate of fire with assault mag. That will give you 75,000.01 DPS. So the mag damage with Supercluster, it is 687,000.1 damage per mag. I have wrote here notes, flinch is a hoe on you and on the target, because when you are shooting the slug full speed, cascade point on, it will bounce like crazy. So if ads shoot you on top of that, it will go even crazier. If you hit every shot on the boss with a max rate of fire of cascade point, the target will eventually flinch, the head will move, and you will also miss maybe. The flinch is really bad on cascade point, so you guys will have to consider the flinch. Doesn't really matter if your teammate is using divinity, but if there is no divinity, it will be really bad, I tell you. So moving on to role number 2 here on Supercluster, we have small bore, assault mag, enhanced reconstruction, enhanced vorpal, and a range masterwork this time. Vorpal here on Supercluster will do 50.1 thousand damage, 65.8 from a well of radiance, 75.7 from a well with a debuff, and 83.2 thousand damage from a well debuff and surge times 1. The time required to shoot all the magazine will be 9.16 seconds with assault mag and holding down mouse 1. Mag damage of Vorpal is 790,000, which is very nice. I would say it's humble. And DPS with Vorpal, 12 shots is 86,000.2. Lower DPS, but very free, because with the normal rate of fire, it is much easier to control the recoil. If you play with Cascade Point and then you play without it, you will have a very fun and easy time controlling every single shot on the head of your target. So I have an additional note about this Vorpal Supercluster, but that note will be at the end of this video specifically, so you guys will have to stick around. And moving on to role number 3, we have small bore, assault mag, reconstruction, surrounded, range masterwork, boss spec on Supercluster. So base damage with surrounded is 64.1. Surrounded well of radius is 84.1. Surrounded well debuff is 96,000.7, which is absolutely massive. Surrounded well debuff and surge times 1, it is 106.4 thousand damage, which is absolutely massive. Every weapon with surrounded is absolutely crazy. So 12 shots will take you 9.16 seconds again, because it's the same rate of fire. Mag damage with surrounded is 1,000,000.01, and DPS with surrounded is 110.26 thousand damage per second. That's absolutely massive. Every surrounded weapon is crazy. So I have wrote notes here about the surrounded Supercluster, but I will leave them for the end of this video. Role number 4, we have a fluted barrel, assault mag, enhanced reconstruction, enhanced recombination, range masterwork, boss spec on heritage. At base does 50.1 thousand damage, and with max reconstruction it does double that amount, which is absolutely insane. It's like you shoot 2 shots in 1. So something here worth noticing, the base heritage damage is 50.1 thousand. It is the same as the Vorpal Supercluster. You guys might wonder why. The start of this year, they buffed kinetic special weapon damage multiplier against unshielded combatants. They increased the multiplier from 105 to 1.15. Heritage, because it's kinetic, will deal 15% more damage than the same type of weapon if it's not kinetic. If it's solar, if it's arc, if it's strand, if it's stasis, kinetic will deal 15% more damage than that, just because it is kinetic. This is a way from Bungie to give us a reason to use kinetic weapons more, even if they don't synergize with our subclass verbs and all that. And that's really good for us, so we benefit from using a kinetic weapon. They hit hard. Well reconstruction 131,000. Well debuff reconstruction is 151,000. Well debuff surge, it is 166,000. Full rotation with a recombination heritage and dragon breath is 2.8 million damage. You guys will be seeing the clip in the background when I play this. So 12 shots will be fired in 9.16 seconds, the same with assault mag and holding down trigger, because it's the same as Supercluster. Mag damage is 856,000, which is very nice. Mag DPS is at 93,000.4 per second, It's absolutely crazy. So role number 5, we have fluted, assault mag, enhanced reconstruction, enhanced focus fury, range masterwork, and boss spec. Heritage does 50,000, well 65, well focus fury 79, well surge focus fury 86, well surge debuff focus fury 99.9 thousand damage. The number is very nice when you spam it. Mag damage here will be 3 non-buffed shots, 9 buffed shots. The total will be 979 damage per magazine. Mag DPS will be at 106.9 thousand DPS. So here we arrive at the end of this video and to my notes. Here for the notes, we have note number 1. Cascade Point Supercluster has very bad overall damage, good 6 shots DPS, hard to control though, with problem of flinch on user and on the target. Note number 2, Vorpal Supercluster has no reason to be used if recombination heritage exists and Vorpal Fortissimo exists, since they are both kinetic and they benefit from the 1.15, basically 15% more damage just because they are kinetic. Note number 3, enhanced surrounded supercluster is good. Being surrounded equals more flinch because adds around will shoot you. Therefore, possibility to miss crits, also have slightly more damage and DPS than Focus Fury Heritage. Surrounded Fortissimo exists. So I will talk more about Fortissimo here in a second on D2 Foundry. Note number 4, Recombination Heritage is the GOAT for short damage phases and quick yellow bar deletions. Note number 5, Focus Fury Heritage is also GOATed for long damage phases, has good overall damage and DPS. Note number 6, Fortissimo is kinetic, has Vorpal and also surrounded, should be better. No reconstruction though, and it has good third column options, which I'm going to showcase here in a second on D2 Foundry. Third column, I would take Demolitionist to reload on grenade throw. The fourth column, I would only take Surrounded or Vorpal. So Surrounded here is a massive 40% damage increase that will scale and stack with the base 15% more damage from the kinetic special weapon multiplier thing. That will get 40% from Surrounded, and it goes even crazier when you add like debuff, well, and the casual stuff like a surge. So this will go very crazy on top of everything. So yeah, that's it basically for the weapon I would recommend, and that's it basically for this video. Here in game, for my honest opinion, if you are not going to abuse Unravel and Sever from Slice, I would not recommend crafting the Supercluster. I would recommend skipping it. If you do not have Heritage crafted yet, I would recommend farming for it in Deep Stone Crypt this week because it's farmable in the second encounter, Atrax. Very free to delete yellow bars with. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will be passively farming for the Surrounded Demo Fortissimo. So in the 19th December, meaning I think next reset, in the 19th December, we'll get our Grandmaster Nightfalls back. Farming Nightfalls, I will wait until I reset my Zvala rank like 2-3 times for additional chances of getting perks in 3rd and 4th column on Vanguard weapons, including Fortissimo. Once I do get Demo and Surrounded, I will 100% make a video about it so you guys will see how good it is actually, and if you should also go for it like myself or not. And yeah, that's it basically for the video. If you want to support the channel with money, you can become a member. You can also buy thanks. If you want to support the channel for free, you can like, sub, comment, the usual stuff. I am giving away silver for 10 people, 1,700 silver for 10 winners once my second channel reaches 1,000 subs. How do you enter? You sub to my second channel to help it reach the sub goal, so the giveaway will happen, and then you react on a post on my Discord server so I get your name. I will announce winners once we reach the sub goal here on my first channel, second channel, on Discord as well, so you will for sure get notified. Don't worry at all. I will also DM you on Discord if I can. And yeah, that will be it for the giveaway. Good luck farming, see you on my next video, and peace.